Okay, indeed. Welcome into the guest room. You have found yourself in a great podcast. Honestly, I'm just going to say it right off the bat. This is the guest room. This is a podcast where we like to play guessing games. We do things with trivia, all kinds of things like that. So I'm your host, Mike. That's Kevin over there.
So much thing with trivia.
So much thing. That's Andy.
Hello.
And joining us once again.
It's been a while.
It has. We don't know how long it's been, really.
I know exactly how long it's been.
For each individual listener, it could vary. But Matthew is making his comeback.
Second time, long time.
I'm not sure if that's funnier when you say first time, long time, or second time, long time. Gets me, though. It really does.
Kevin, I have a question for you before we get anywhere else.
For me?
Yeah. I was just walking around doing what I do, and something from my past hit me, and I need some more explanation on it. So
Wait, was it my hat that you lost?
No,
Did it come flying back around the earth and hit you?
I tried to put that out of my mind. Can you tell me more about tissue in the toilet?
No. Gated community child, I cannot.
Now the people need to know.
No, they don't.
What's tissue in the toilet?
It's a much better effort than gated community child.
What Kevin is referencing are two essays that we produced in our
Essay is
youth.
a very loose framing of the material.
Yeah, I mean, mine was probably about a paragraph. I don't know what yours was.
About that.
Gated community child. So in homeschool, I was assigned the task of talking about who I was and where I was from. And the options were, are you an urban child or a suburban child? And I didn't know what the options were, so I chose gated community child. Thankfully, my teacher was my mom, and nobody ever had to endure reading that terrible essay.
All right, fine.
Tissue in the toilet.
Tissue in the toilet was... I was wondering, because it was the most recent thing in my mind. I had been in the bathroom. I had looked into the
we can all relate to that.
The toilet, as we do. And I saw it was clearly a tissue.
So not a square
in the
of toilet
toilet
paper.
No, it was a larger square because it was a tissue. There was no evidence of foul play.
Bodily fluids.
No, there wasn't toilet paper. It wasn't a napkin. There was no evidence of substance on the tissue, and I couldn't figure out why someone would throw an apparently unused tissue in the toilet and not flush, and have nothing to do with anything else. That was the point of my essay.
Okay.
It was a wandering.
Huh.
So
all right.
Along those lines, I have a story.
You know how it do.
I have a story that I've read. Is not experienced by me personally, but if this is bad, we can edit it out. So there's the Reddit. You sometimes browse Reddit.
By the way, I've said that phrase, or at least thought that before, and then the material that I said made it in. So thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Is that when you lost to me?
Ooh, yeah.
That one time.
So there was I forget the topic on Reddit one time, but it was something like, what was something you experienced in your childhood that you found out later wasn't normal? So that was the premise of the question, and the top answer was a gentleman who he went to a friend's house and pooped at the friend's house in the toilet, and realized the poop was too large to go down the toilet. And so he asked his friend, "Where do you guys keep your poop knife?" to break up said poop into smaller pieces.
Oh my.
And realized,
oh my.
and called I think he was sleeping over at a friend's house, and called his mom right away and was like, "You like a poop knife's not a thing that's."
We can't record. We can't air that. We can't air that, man.
Wait, so that was just something something that like she came up with, or how many generations back did that go?
I don't know. But it's just like he thought that was a normal thing. You just had a poop knife.
The McClintocks have been using poop knives.
Yeah,
hundreds of years.
Yeah, the poop knife. You imagine the horror he probably felt like asking a friend and they're being like, no.
Wow.
If you do air this, is there a way in podcast analytics that you can see when people unsubscribe? Because I feel like you might see a spike, one might say.
Oh man,
Just giving the people what they want.
I don't think the people want that.
All right. Well, after that, let's go ahead and get into our business today.
Is that the word you had to use right there?
We have a duty to the people, Kevin. All right. We are going to be playing a round of Jeopardy today, as prepared by yours truly. By the way, when we play Jeopardy, we do in fact call that a
Jeopardy.
That's right. Oh, I like that bass there.
Thank you.
And I believe our last winner was unfortunately me, which means I'm going to have
It's
to
truly unfortunate.
nominate someone for myself. So I think that's going to be Matthew. But first, let me take you through the categories, and we can see what's going on. Feel free to ask any questions as they may arise. So first, we have children's television. Next up, an oldie but a goodie, Numbers O' Things.
Is this the 18G on the C or whatever?
That's right.
Oh, gosh.
18H on the GC.
Oh, yeah. That's what it is.
Says Who. Stock Symbols. Before and after 70s hits, and that's the 1970s. And conflicts by their players. Any questions?
Why did you choose 70s hits?
So,
None of us know any.
a couple reasons. Here's the. I will do a little bit of explaining here.
That's what I'm asking for.
2 of the last 4 workplaces that I've been in have basically played nothing but 1970s songs.
Yes, but you're not playing.
I'm glad you're clarifying that they're 1970s hits.
That's right.
Because that
They
knocks
are.
out a lot of other centuries.
The 1670s were good for music.
Frere Jacques, that oldie but a goodie.
Now, I will tell you, so of these before and after clues, or answers, whatever you want to call them, almost every half, so there would be 12 halves of answers in this category, almost every half relates to a 70s hit that was on the top 100 of the 1970s. So these will be songs or bands that you have heard of.
No, they won't.
No, they won't.
Trust me, they will. You might not get them correct, but you've heard of them or heard them.
At least you've heard of me.
Yeah. Any other questions?
No.
Should all be fairly self-explanatory. So, Matthew, where would you like to begin? The board is yours.
I'll take conflicts by their players for 100.
Conflicts by their players for 100. In this category, I will give you the players, and you will tell me the name of the conflict. The Allied Powers versus the
Kevin.
Matthew. Kevin.
World War II.
That is correct. Kevin with 100 points, and Kevin, the board is yours.
Children's television for 1.
Children's television for 1. This show's characters include Backpack, Boots, and Swiper. Matthew.
Dora the Explorer.
That is correct. 100 points. Matthew, the board is yours.
I'll take conflicts by their players for 2.
The Galactic Republic
Matthew.
versus Matthew.
Star Wars.
Can you give me more?
The Clone Wars.
That is correct.
Conflicts by their players for 300.
Colonies of Great Britain versus New
Kevin.
France. Kevin.
The French and Indian War.
That is correct. 300 points.
Children's television for 2.
Lots of things about this show don't make sense. Like the fact that a sea creature who looks more like a kitchen implement.
Kevin.
Kevin.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
That is correct.
Children's for 3.
Climb aboard cautiously for this hit children's show, but be careful. You might learn something in the process.
Kevin.
Kevin.
The Magic School Bus.
That's correct. 300 points.
Children's for 4.
Children's for 4. You probably can't remember anything you learned in an episode of this educational show, but you surely can sing his name.
Andy.
Andy.
That was Bill Nye the Science Guy.
That is correct.
Children's television 5.
This show featured a clown and a doll and a giant clock and basically a bunch of things that haunted my dreams for years.
Can you repeat it?
This show featured a clown and a doll and a giant clock and basically a bunch of things that haunted my dreams for years. Beep, beep, beep. The answer was the big comfy couch. Andy, the board is yours.
Did you say a clown or a couch?
A clown.
Oh.
The couch didn't haunt his dreams.
I was confused there. Children's
Terrifying show.
television 600.
All right. The main character in this show is younger than a teenager, has no genetic mutations, and boasts no fighting abilities to speak of, yet he is a turtle nonetheless.
I have a guess for no points, but I'm not going to try this one.
Me. No points?
Toby the turtle?
Franklin. It's a great show. All right, Andy, the board is still yours.
Numbers O things for 100.
Numbers O things, 100 points. 365D in
Matthew.
Matthew.
365 days in a year.
That is correct. Matthew, the board is yours.
Says who for 100?
I will tell you the quote, and you tell me who said it. Baseball is 90%... Kevin.
Yogi Berra.
That is correct.
You got to complete the quote, though.
Baseball is 90% mental, and the other half is physical.
Great quote.
Says who for 2?
I came, I saw...
Matthew.
Matthew.
Alexander the Great.
Sorry, that's incorrect. Me. Sorry, the answer
Julius
is...
Caesar.
Julius Caesar, indeed.
Should have taken a little longer to think about it.
All right, Matthew, the board's still yours. Oh, no, sorry, that's Kevin. Kevin, the board is yours.
Says who for 3?
Says who for 3. When you are courting a nice girl, an hour seems like a second. When you sit on a red-hot cinder, a second seems like an hour. That's relativity.
I'll guess for no points.
I'll guess for points.
Kevin.
Albert Einstein.
That is correct. 300 points. And the board is yours.
Says who for 4?
If I were two-faced, would I be wearing this one?
Matthew.
Who
is Two-Face?
That is incorrect.
I have a guess for no points, but I'm not going to try it.
Me.
Ronald Reagan.
No, but it is a
RB10.
president.
Oh.
Abraham Lincoln. A notably scary face. And Kevin, the board is yours.
Says who for 5?
Says who for 5. This above all, to thine own self be true. And it must follow as the night the day, thou canst not be false to any man. Me.
Was it Shakespeare?
It is Shakespeare indeed. You guys need to buzz in more.
Well, I was thinking
time
which
I buzzed in,
Shakespeare
I got both.
character, not Shakespeare himself.
Shakespeare himself said that. All right, Kevin.
Says who for 6?
Says who for 6, round out the category. They don't think it be like it is, but it do.
Where's KD when you need him?
No.
Me. The answer is Oscar Gamble, another baseball player. They don't think it be like it is, but it do. After 2.5-ish categories, what are our scores, Kevin?
Matthew with negative 300, Andy with 400, Kevin with 1,300.
All right, and Kevin, the board is yours.
Numbers of things for 2.
Numbers of things, 200. 5,280 F in an M.
Matthew.
Matthew.
5,280 feet in the mile.
That is correct. Matthew, the board is yours.
Numbers of things for 3.
29 D in F.
Andy.
Andy.
Days in February in a leap year.
That is correct.
Well done.
If you had not finished that, you would have been in trouble.
Yep.
Andy, the board is yours.
Numbers O things 400.
400. 93 million M to
Kevin.
Kevin.
Miles from the Earth to the Sun.
I will give it to you. There were only 2 blanks, miles and sun.
Numbers of things for 5.
Numbers of things, 500. 99 B of B.
Kevin. Bottles of beer on the wall.
That is correct.
Numbers of things for 6.
Round it out. 1,000 W that a P is W.
Can you repeat it?
1,000 W that a P is W.
I feel like I've got 2 of the 3.
I only have one of the 3.
How many of the 3 do you have? Me. Andy? what did you
Ways
Ways, and what was it? 2.
that a P
That-
is
that
W.
That a
path is
person?
walked.
That a pie is wasted.
do? 1,000 words that a picture is worth.
Okay.
All right, Andy, the board is yours, I believe.
No, false.
Kevin.
True. Conflicts by their players for 4.
400. The armies of men, elves, and
Kevin.
dwarf. Kevin.
Why can't I think of the conflict? I'll take the hit.
Andy,
Andy.
A Battle for Middle Earth.
That is correct. In case those of you don't know at home, it was the armies of men, elves, and dwarves versus those of Isengard, Mordor, and
Why couldn't I
goblins.
think of that?
Would the War of the Ring have been an acceptable answer?
No, I believe
Okay.
that is a different conflict.
Glad I didn't say it then.
Andy,
Let's go conflicts by their players for 500.
500 points. The House of York versus the House of Lancaster.
Matthew,
Matthew,
what is the War of the Roses?
that is correct.
What is the War of the Roses?
That's
It's
what he
a war
said.
between the House of York and the House of Lancaster.
Now you know the conflict and their players. Matthew, the board is yours.
Conflicts for 6.
Rounding it out. A horde of viral zombies versus healthy people.
Kevin?
Kevin,
World War Z?
that is correct.
Stock symbols for 1.
All right, in this category, I will describe a company, and you will give me the ticker symbol.
Oh, no.
Keep in mind, this could have been called stupid stock symbols. Douglas Dynamics ticker symbol reflects...
Kevin. DD.
Sorry, that's incorrect.
Well, maybe don't phrase it as it could be stupid next time.
Maybe wait for me to finish the answer first. The clue first. Douglas Dynamics ticker symbol reflects its niche. They don't make snow, but they do make equipment for the trucks that get rid of it.
Andy.
Andy.
SNOW.
Sorry, that's incorrect.
Matthew,
Matthew.
plow.
That is correct.
Oh.
100 points.
Stocks. Wait, what's the score? Can I get a score update?
Yeah, it's Matthew 500, Andy 1000, Kevin 2300.
Nice. Before and after 70s hits for 100.
A Village People Jackson 5 collab to teach little boys the gospel with the alphabet.
Kevin.
Kevin.
YMCABC.
That is correct. Kevin, the board is yours.
Stock symbols for 2.
Gibraltar Industries specializes in metal for construction, but they couldn't pass up the chance at this punny symbol.
Matthew,
Matthew.
what is rock?
That is correct. The Rock of Gibraltar. Matthew, the board is yours.
Before and after 70s hits for 2.
An Eagles West Coast Classic gets an immoral facelift by the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Kevin.
Kevin.
Welcome to the Hotel Californication.
It's just...
I will allow it. The first song is Hotel California, so it would just be Hotel Californication.
Okay, expecting me to know the name of a 70s song is pushing it.
I mean, you got it. Kevin, the board is yours.
I think my competitors would beg to differ. Stock symbols for 3.
Cedar Fair's ticker describes what it peddles at its locations, including Cedar Point and Knott's Berry Farm.
Matthew,
Matthew.
park.
Sorry, that's incorrect.
Andy.
Andy.
Ride.
That's incorrect. Beep, beep, beep.
Was it
Sorry.
fun?
The answer is fun.
Oh.
They peddle fun. That would make it Kevin. The board is yours.
Stock symbols for 4.
Stock symbols for 4, sticking with it. Pew, 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 pew.
Kevin always gets the daily double.
Lately, I guess. Oof.
What are the scores?
400 for Matthew, 700 for Andy, 2,600 for me. I'll wager 200.
All right, wagering 200. Heineken chose this name derivative as its ticker symbol to make its Wall Street traders giggle in their seats.
What is Heine?
That is correct. And the board remains yours.
That was the sound that the Wall Street people are making. Stock symbols for 5.
Stock symbols for 5. The ticker symbol for Dynamic Materials, an explosive metalworking company.
Matthew,
Matthew.
boom.
That is correct. 500 points, and the board is yours.
Stock for 6.
Finishing it out. This aptly chosen ticker symbol for Harley Davidson is also a slang term for a motorcycle.
Can I get a mid-score update?
7,928.
Matthew,
Matthew.
Haas.
Sorry, that's incorrect.
I have a guess, but
I do too.
I'll go for it. Hog.
That is correct. 600 points. Andy, the board is yours.
Is that what you're going to guess, Kevin?
No, I'm glad you went.
Oh. What was your guess?
Bike.
Oh. Before and after 300.
300. A poultry take on an ABBA hit.
Andy.
Andy,
Chicken Dancing Queen.
that is correct. 300 points.
Right. 400.
By the way, Chicken Dance was on the top 100 list of the 1970s.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That is why I don't know any names of songs from the 70s.
Have you ever been rollerblading?
It was a dark time.
All right. For 400, Natalie Cole's wedding hit required enough falsetto as it is, but this band came along and performed their own rendition to keep that song alive.
I think I know the name of one of the halves, but I have no idea what this is.
Can you read it one more time?
Maybe it's the same half. Natalie Cole's wedding hit required enough falsetto as it is until this band came along and performed their own rendition to keep that song alive. Beep, beep, beep. I was looking for This Will Bee Gees.
Oh, phew. Not even close to what I was thinking.
Let's go 500.
500. Take those old records off the shelf. All 30 of them, edging out the rival Beatles by 9.
I know some words that might end up in the answer.
Me.
Oh, can I tell you some words that might end up in the answer?
Give me some words.
Old Time Rock and Roll 21.
Old Time Rock and Roll is the correct first half, but the rival of the Beatles was the Rolling Stones. Old Time Rock and Rolling Stones. And to round out the category,
Yes, what a wonderful category.
before and after 70s hits, we know this will make a comeback. Music you'll listen to while driving the Chevy to the levee.
I know half of it, but I'm not even sure where the other half is in that clue.
Me. Looking for
Is it Proud to be an American Pie?
close. Kevin, did you have
American Pie was the only thing I knew.
My Sharon American Pie?
Ooh, okay. So only the A was the
Yes,
before and
that was yeah.
That was a 600 pointer.
It was indeed.
That was a 1600 pointer.
Oh, boy.
All right, end of 6 categories. What's our score update?
Matthew 300, Andy 1600, Kevin 2800.
Your category is Sports Genesis. The wagers are in. This man is best known as the inventor of the game of basketball. Kevin, are you ready?
You betcha.
Matthew, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Andy, are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right, reveal answers.
Matthew.
Matthew.
James Naismith.
Matthew says James Naismith. And that is correct. Matthew has wagered 100 points, moving him up to 400.
Look out.
Andy.
Indeed.
I didn't have that answer.
Perhaps another correct answer. Dr. Milk Crate Guy.
Is that not right?
It's a common nickname for James Naismith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I can't give you points for it. So you lose 1,600 points, going down to 0.
Bummer.
And Kevin says Shane Leckler, losing 399 points in the process.
That's not right either?
That is, in fact, not correct. Though he's probably played basketball.
That was James Naismith's name
Yeah.
after he went into the witness protection program.
Is he still around? I'm pretty sure that was in like 1892 or something.
Isn't that when Columbus sailed the ocean blue?
Do you know where
It
the
is.
Naismith Hall of Fame is?
Wait, you knew that it was called the Naismith Hall of
I
Fame?
definitely did now that I've heard it, yeah. Actually, I've been there too.
Now that he's heard of it.
Wait, you've been
I've
to
been
the
there.
Naismith Hall of Fame and you don't know the guy who...
That's why, yeah, I don't know why I didn't know
Colloquially, the Dr. Milk Crate Guy Hall
that.
of Fame.
Yeah. I knew they played with milk crates. That's all I knew.
Final
They
score,
were actually
Kevin.
bushels.
Final score: Andy 0, Matthew 400, Kevin 2401. The 399 was an homage to a previous episode.
All right, well, thank you guys for enduring some of those categories. Thank you, Kevin, for showing them that we are indeed brothers. All right, that being said, Kevin, you did run away with the victory today. Congratulations. You will be starting next time if the Jepisode is not yours.
I felt like I could have had it though. I just guessed on
Yeah.
the wrong one. I guessed on some that I got wrong, and I got some, and I didn't guess on some
you
that
paid
I
the
could have
price.
had. Yeah.
There were some tough breaks
It
on
was
some
there for the
guesses there. Even, I remember one or two where you actually knew the correct answer after guessing the incorrect answer.
Yes.
So,
Yep. I got to slow down a little on my
Yeah.
answers.
well
First time
done.
jitters.
Yeah, it's your first time competing, so you didn't get last.
That's true. I got
That's
second. I'll
something
take
only
that.
Andy could say for this category or for this.
Someone's got to
board.
be last.
That's right. Well done, everyone, and well done, listeners at home. I'm sure you did quite well. Let us know if you did. Don't let us know if you didn't. Remember to leave us a review We love reviews, seeing those on the Apple Podcasts, and not just the 5-star thing, but type up a paragraph there as well. Let us know some feedback. If you have anything quite detailed or want Kevin to rip you apart with a scathing answer to your question on the podcast, then email theguestroompodcast@gmail.com.
We'll have a segment where Kevin answers questions sent to the email.
With that, once again, thank you for being here. We appreciate you guys, and as always, farewell.